What's up, Ente? What's up, Rasa? So, as you can see from the thumb clip there and the title, we got money for war, but we can't feed the poor. To quote the great Tupac Shakur, so true, right? It was true then, it's true today. These wars, especially the specific war going on in Iran alone, has cost, even by the U.S., their own estimates, the Trump administration, $37 billion. They have more money that's put away for that, and it totals up about $80 billion. They're asking for now they're asking for now to continue this war. In total, you could round it off to about $100 billion for this failed war that shouldn't and did need to happen. And that's not counting all the other wars the United States launches and the war machines that operates across the world, right, globally. But $100 billion on this war. And the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because um, when you look at what's coming to an end soon, some of the things that are going to get cut soon, when people elected Donald Trump, a lot of these people are poor white people. Some of them are poor black people, and some of them are poor, brown people, etc. A lot of these people voted against their own interests because some of these same people they benefit, and their children especially benefit from a program called SNAP. SNAP is a program that feeds children, and when you look at when this was passed, it's called the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, and it was formerly called food stamps. It's the largest federal food assistance program in the United States. Since 2024, SNAP has cost the government $99.8 billion compared to $100 billion for just one war. Where is our priorities here in the United States of America? Where are the priorities, right? And I blame both parties for this, but especially the Republican Party, who's in office right now, the conservatives, who claim to care about children, claim to care about families, right? They claim to be the party of family values. That's a joke right there. And unless people wake up, unless some of these same brainwashed people that vote for them realize that they're voting against their own interests, because these programs that fed children, that fed elderly folks, that fed people who are poor are going to go away. I mean, this administration, along with us, but specifically Donald Trump, they got no problem giving billions of dollars to Elon Musk, to war machines and corporations that build weapons of war, to others, including those who have helped them out and helped them get elected. AI, all these AI corporations and companies that are getting filthy rich right now, they got no problem giving them all these tax breaks, returns, making them more wealthy. But yet they're going to cut a program that is going to feed, or that has fed, millions of children, throughout the years. This is what I mean about we've got to look at the economic system and the political system. And the political system can be anything. That could be, Republicans versus Democrats. Political system can be going to vote, a democracy, supposedly, a democracy that operates and where people vote. That's a political system, right? There's also economic systems, and this is why I do believe that socialism is the best economic program. And because overall, if socialism is instituted correctly politically, right, people should reign over companies that profit over people, right? It should be people over profits, not the other way around. And I say that because a lot of people got a problem with quote unquote communism or socialism. They get caught up with this red scare. That is a boogeyman trap that was unleashed on people during the 50s and even earlier than that, but especially during the 50s and 60s, where they got people scared to think, oh, yeah, socialism is bad, right? Because they use the word communism. In reality, socialism is good. And when you look at it on paper, you tell people, would you take this system over that system? If they don't know what they're called. They'll take socialism, every day because in a blindfold test, they know those are good things for people, right? Unfortunately, we are watching socialism take place in front of our face, only it's happening under Trump, where he's giving, like I said, these multi-billion-dollar corporations breaks. and taking them over under his reign, under his rule, but for the wrong purposes. Socialism should work for the people, not for some people, not for the elite, not for the wealthy. But unfortunately, it's working for his companies. He knows, they know, the Republicans, the conservatives, they know socialism is a very good economic system, and they're stealing this money outright in front of our faces. But they're also giving it to these corporations, saying you got to pay us, meaning pay the government. This is no different than what the Chinese Communist government does in China, which is a good thing. Only the Chinese Communist government have it right, have it correct compared to the United States of America, compared to Donald Trump's administration. The Chinese government says, yeah, Starbucks, you can operate in our country. You can operate McDonald's, you can operate in our country. But 50% of what you earn, you got to give back to the people. How do you think it is that China was able to pull a billion people out of poverty, able to build, new cities, have a healthcare system, have services that we don't even have here in the United States of America, including healthcare and speed trains. You know, think about what China has done. It's how they have gone about utilizing and implementing socialism. It's not about rewarding their billionaire friends, because you could be a billionaire, believe it or not. In China, they allow that. But if you as a bank, or you as a banker, or if you as a billionaire steal from the people, the Chinese will put you to death. That's the difference between the United States and China. China is doing it right. The United States is not. The United States prioritizes the elite, prioritizes Elon Musk, prioritizes these corporations. China prioritizes the people. That's the difference. So when we say they got money for war but can't feed the poor, is that true? It's very much true, and it's much is as much true as when if it was first said, and it's as much true even today, more so today, because people can look up the facts. People can look up using social media the facts much quicker and easier than back then, when people could be fooled overnight or over the span of weeks, when it took time, or it took much more time for information to travel. So, raza gente, we got to start thinking about where our priorities are, because this war is draining the resources and going to the elite, who don't have to worry about where their next meal is going to come from, and taking and cutting off those services and that food for children and those needs for the elderly, right? So, as we go forward, I want everybody to think about, in November, there is elections that are coming up. These elections are going to determine whether Donald Trump is going to continue to have hold on the Congress, where they bow down to him, although they're supposed to be a separate branch of government. I've been teaching this forever on this YouTube channels, three branches of government. The Congress is the most important because they control the purse strings, they control the money, they make the law. Donald Trump is only in charge of, as an executive, of enforcing the law, but he's forced them, and they bow down to him. They have no spine, and given away their power to him, because it's controlled by the Republican Party. And then with the Supreme Court, he stacked the court to the point where now they bow down to him too. So yeah, we got a dictator for the wrong reasons. We got an authoritarian for the wrong reasons, and he is implementing socialism to the wrong people and for the wrong reasons. So stay up, stay aware, stay educated. There's only one way really to resist right now this government, and there's other ways, but not going to make sense if people aren't organized. But we still have to organize if you're going to vote, and if you're going to go out there and vote against this crazy madman, and vote for the right reasons, right? To maintain the services with the people versus the war machine that's killing innocent people and leaving children across the earth, scattered bodies of children and people across the earth on our tax, on our dime, right? Our tax dollar. So with that said, just want to end the week with that. Que viva la raza, ho, and all power to the people.